Hi there, welcome to Sexual Health Hub. I'm Matt Valentine-Chase. Do you want to meet me in person? Of course you do. Pop along to sexcoaching.london and you can see my background and training and all the services I offer. So this week on Sexual Health Hub, we are talking about, I can't remember what we're talking about. Hang on a minute, I'm so sorry. I'm having a senior moment. Oh yeah, we're talking about, I'm not cutting that out, it's fabulous. We're talking about how often to test for sexually transmitted infections. Well, it's really quite simple. It depends on how much sex you're having. That simple. The standard advice from the majority, if not all, sexual health clinics and sexual health advisors is that most people who are sexually active should test 3 monthly. That is the advice. However, let's not misinterpret that advice because it's a little bit too standard. If you're having a lot of sex, whether you are paid for that sex or not is irrelevant. You're going to test more often. It really is that simple, okay? Now, I always find it really interesting because the standard advice for civvies, if you like, for civilians, is that if you're having a lot of sex, you test every 3 months, right? And I think it's really weird because the other advice is if you're working in the sex industry, obviously then you're going to be having a lot of sex. You would test at least monthly or maybe every 2 weeks, depending on the advice of that particular clinic or depending on the industry you're working in. If you're working in porn, some producers will expect 14-day tests and will require 28-day tests, that kind of thing. So it will depend, but it's the same, right? What difference does it make if you're being paid for it or not? If you're having a lot of sex and you need to test every 2 weeks or every month, personally I think every 2 weeks is too much, but every month or 3 monthly or whatever, it doesn't matter if you're fucking being paid for it or not, right? Very strange. Maybe next week, if I have time, or maybe the week after, I've got my home testing kit that's arrived and I'm going to film doing it. Yes, I'll show you how to do the home testing kit. Won't be showing you the arse swab. I'll just fast forward through that one. My advice, sorry I'm waffling as usual, my advice personally is if you are having a lot of sex, you really should be testing monthly. That's my personal advice, okay? If you are having condomless sex, personally I would test every 3 weeks, yeah? Because let's look at it this way, it doesn't really matter how often you test. Once you get the negative test results, yeah, say you get your negative test results on Friday and then you have unprotected sex on the Saturday, that's it. You have no idea whether you've got an STI or not, yeah? So I did a chat with the lovely Sahara Knight a few weeks ago on the special sex clinic on Belle Secrets, and we were talking about how messy sex is and how messy, no pun intended, and how messy the testing is because it's like you do your best, you get your test results, you get your negative if you're lucky, your negative test results. It's like, oh, I've got the all clear, and then you have sex, or even just a blowjob and you don't get cum in your mouth. You still could get an STI from that, yeah? So I don't want to give you bad news, but it's just like, let's just be a bit more gentle with ourselves, not put ourselves under too much judgment and pressure, and just keep it as safe as we possibly can, yeah? So if you're having a lot of sex, I personally would test monthly. If you're having a lot of unprotected sex, I would test every 3 weeks. This is just my personal view. And if you're just having, I don't know, every couple of weeks you're having sex with different partners, then I would test 3 monthly personally. That's my personal advice. But it really depends on you, and do not take my advice as medical advice. You will need to speak with your sexual health advisor. I hope that's useful. I really enjoyed doing that. Thank you for listening to this week's Sexual Health Hub. Shh. See you next week, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.